Good morning, Vande Mataram. The topic to be discussed right now in this session, in this morning session, is emotion is necessary in the yoga. Very interesting topic. Most of the time we get confused whether we must be emotional or not, because most of the time people feel in different faculties of the yoga, in different sections, they feel emotion is actually an obstacle in the path of yoga. Most of the time they lead a very austere life, very hard life, very dried life, of course drying the heart and feelings, because that is the required condition in the path of this yoga. In most of the disciplines we have seen, we have of course witnessed, this is the attitude what the almost this old faculties they have adopted. Even in the new section of course in most of the disciplines you will find that the emotion is of course banned. But we are going to read Sri Aurobindo and follow his path. We will see Sri Aurobindo is very much actually influencing and actually advising and commenting in favor of emotion. The topic we are going to discuss, of course, from Sri Aurobindo's writings, emotion is necessary in the yoga. So when we talk of the emotion, the thing coming in front, some instincts like feelings, love, anger, so many things are coming on the way when we are going to discuss on the emotion. These are the very bright side of discussing the emotion when we are considering the aspects like perception of emotion, love, suffering, etc. Sometimes these instincts are coming on the way. When Sri Aurobindo is commenting on the yoga, on emotion, the process of yoga, his total, of course, we have to choose on a part of the from the entire sentence. Emotion is necessary in the yoga, and it is only the excessive emotion, emotional sensitiveness, very bright phrase Sri Aurobindo has used, excessive emotional sensitiveness. Of course you can imagine that is actually creating hinder obstacle, and it is only the excessive emotional sensitiveness which makes the one enter into despondency over small things, and that has to be overcome. Emotion is necessary because this is our we know it is integral yoga. Integral yoga, of course, it contains everything, where entire all the yogas and integral yoga starts there, begins there from that point only. And it also includes the bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, karma yoga. So different types of yoga we have seen. In bhakti yoga especially, the basis is actually love and emotion. We know that Chaitanya Panthi, Chaitanya sect, that love emotion is there, but actually it is the advanced person, not actually sensitiveness, nothing is there. Emotion is not sensitive, it is beyond sensitive, sensitive ideas, instincts. So still in the course, it is only the excessive emotional sensitiveness which makes one enter into despondency over small things. Excessive emotional sensitiveness, it creates despondency. It creates problem in the path of the sentiments and the thinkings and thought process of the sadhaka, that has to be overcome. The very basis of this yoga is bhakti. Against here in the course, initially we just before we are just trying to quote and explain a little bit. The very basis of this yoga, this integral yoga, is bhakti. And if one kills one's emotional being, if one kills his emotional being, out of emotion this bhakti is arising, Chaitanya sect. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. These are also not sensitive. These are all the very powerful pattern, powerful instincts in them. And if one kills its emotional being, if it is killed, there can be no bhakti. Of course, this yoga which we were actually pursuing, the path we are pursuing, we are actually leading the integral life. Here we are killing nothing. The thing is that we just try to transform them without killing, slaying everything. This word is not almost suitable to our yogic. These are not the yogic terms for us, for the integral yogis. So instead of them, you have to no, not to kill them, but actually it has to be transformed. It has to be turned towards the divine. So there is no probability of no possibility of emotion being excluded from the yoga. It is a basic factor, great basic factor in the path of this bhakti yoga. Again, Sri Aurobindo quotes, it is no part of this yoga to dry up the heart. Without emotion, it is like drying up the heart. Heart, it gets emotion starts from the heart, and if it is dried up, that emotion is gone. It is in no part of this yoga to dry up the heart, but the emotions must be turned towards the divine. That is the only way. Emotion must be there, and it must be turned towards the divine. To create a statue or image, it is required to mix some water with this hard and dried earth, that is required. But thing is that if without water it is something like that, hardness is there, you can't convert and it to the statue pulp, or from the pulp you have to make the statue. But it is required that like this emotion is required, but thing is that it must be turned towards the emotion must be turned towards the divine. There may be a short periods in which the heart is quiescent, sometimes a short period, but short it is not mentioned how much short, what is the real period, it is not mentioned by Sri Aurobindo. There may be a short period in which the heart is quiescent, turned away from the ordinary feelings and waiting for the flow from the inflow from the above. Some time it is there, emotion is there, but there is still there is one point, basic point is he has one basic clue has given. Very short period when the heart is quiescent, torn away from the ordinary feeling and waiting the inflow from above. But such states are not states of the dryness, but silence and peace. That time somebody claim, yes, yes, that water is torn away. So this so it is like earth is earth. Nothing is has been turned to the pulp, nothing like this, because that time it is turned towards the divine, and this is not the dry flow. At that time actually it is turned away from the ordinary feeling and waiting the inflow from above. So this is not a dryness, but it is the condition of silence and peace. That inflow will be there from above, it has to come into the heart. The heart in this yoga should be in fact the main center of concentration until the consciousness rises above. So once until the consciousness is getting higher, it is reaching the higher level of consciousness, it is reaching the top level, it is wheeling top forward, upward. Till then, the main center of concentration is on the heart. It has to be remembered, and that has to be taken care of. Anyway, next Sri Aurobindo quotes try to explain in a very nice way, very prudent manner. Sri Aurobindo tries to quote it. Emotion is a good element in yoga. Again, emotion is a good element in yoga, but emotional desire becomes easily a cause of perturbation and an obstacle. If that is sensitive, if that will create problem, it will be an obstacle. But the thing is that initially it is already it is explained, it is the necessary element in the yoga, good element. Then Sri Aurobindo again quotes, turn your emotion towards the divine. That is the only way. If something is there creating any hindrance, creating any problem, creating any obstacle, resistance, then turn your emotions towards the divine. Again, we have seen somebody claimed, and somebody came to the mother and said that we are in love. Then mother told, okay, love is good, it is emotion is good, but turn universalize it, turn towards the divine. That is the only way. Then it is gone. That the narrowness is gone. Expand, there is vastness. aspire for their purification. Purification is without purification, it is something like containing the impurity not fit for this purpose of the yoga. So they will then become a help on the way and no longer cause of suffering. When the emotion, which is a required element and a good, it has goodness, it is helpful. When only when it is turned towards the divine. When this emotion is turned towards the divine, in that case, it is it creates it becomes a help on the way and no longer the cause of suffering. Despondency and all that suffering must go. Again, not to kill emotion. Again, Sri Aurobindo strikes at the root of our thinking that not to kill emotion, but to turn it towards the divine is the right way of the yoga. If somebody quotes to explain the what is the right way in the yoga, Sri Aurobindo explains in a single line and of course in a short line, in a couple of words only Sri Aurobindo has explained. Not to kill emotion, but to turn it to divine is the right way of the yoga. Then what to do again? But it must be pure, founded upon the spiritual peace and the joy. This is the most requirement. This it is very helpful when the condition that it must be having, it must be pure, founded upon the spiritual peace and joy. Spiritual peace and joy, this must be the foundation, capable of being transmuted into ananda. This must be capable, this transformation, this change towards the divine, it must create capability in the emotion that it must be capable of being transmuted into ananda. Then two things are required: equality and calm in the mind and vital parts. Many times we feel this mind, vital, physical, they maybe create problem in us, not required. So these are, we must neglect. So many things are rising in our mind here in the course. Equality and equality and calm in the mind and vital parts. Mental and vital parts, two things will come. One is equality and this another is calmness. And in next, an intense psychic emotion in the heart can perfectly go together. So mind and heart, vital parts, there will be equality and calmness, and intense psychic emotion in the heart, that perfectly those two must go together, for so that the efficacy of the emotion, it will come into place and it will be helpful, great helpful to the in the path of sadhana. Then Sri Aurobindo quotes here what we have to, that opening must be there, surrender must be there, that is the only go. Calmness, equanimity must be there, these are the condition. Anyway, Sri Aurobindo quotes here: awake by your psychic, by your aspiration, that is required. Awake, it is asleep. Awake by your aspiration, the psychic fire that is burning in the deep heart of the things, heart, in the heartscape. So Sri Aurobindo, it is direct wording: awake by your aspiration, the psychic fire in the heart, psychic fire in the heart that burns steadily towards the divine. There is a fire, none has touched, none has guessed, none, only some hints are there for the spiritual people. There is a fire that is known as psychic fire burning in the heart. So that is burning the, of course, it is the nature of the fire to turn upwards to the heaven, towards the divine truth. It is there. So it is awake means not it is in a very initial condition, this really burning position. Maybe in while it is burning, the strangling vital smoke has actually covered and obscured this psychic fire. Awake by your aspiration, the psychic fire in the heart that burns steadily towards the divine. That psychic fire, its characteristic, it is burning steadily towards the divine. That is the one way to liberate and fulfill the emotional nature. Emotional nature that has to be freed, that has to be liberated and fulfill the emotional nature. The condition is that the psychic fire must be awakened. Against your in the quotes, it is only the ordinary vital emotion which wastes the energy and disturb the concentration and the peace that is there. But thing is that emotion itself is not a bad thing. It is necessary part of the nature. Psychic emotion is one most powerful which helps the sadhana. So psychic emotion bringing tears of love for the divine and tears of ananda, not in unlike these things. So it has to be not to be suppressed. Thank you.